Hey guys, my name is Marvin Angulo. This is my response to our week 2 question of what it means to be a 21st century citizen slash teacher. I'm going to be honest with you, this was a thought provoking question as it connected with our discussion board for this week of our identity and integrity of ourselves and what does it exactly mean from the text by Parker. What did he mean by identity and integrity? And I honestly feel like there is so much of that question that adapts to the question that we are answering for this video. And to start off, I'm gonna go ahead and say that making connections not only with ourselves but others within our society, I think it's very important that we do that. And if we think about it, today we have a lot of division between several different groups, and it's not the way it should be. To be honest with you, I feel that if we were more connected with one another, we can understand everyone's point of view. And again, we live in a world where everyone is entitled to their own opinion, whether it could be negative or positive. That is something we have to live with, and it's been like that for centuries and centuries. So we have to keep that in mind. Another thing that I feel like we have to do as 21st century citizens is stay more in loop. And I'm not talking about looking on Twitter, looking on Facebook, looking on Instagram. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is more face-to-face conversation. Go outside, talk to somebody. Learn about them. It's a lot of it has changed, and that's what we'd expect as far as evolving and technology in our world. We live in a world where technology is heavily relied on, and it is something that is used on a daily basis. As you can see here, we're making our video, and would have been nice to do it in front of a group of students, but it is what it is. We got to adapt to that. So conversation is another thing that we need to work on and hopefully apply in our daily lives. Another one is staying true to yourself. When we look back into the question that we answered for this week about the identity and integrity of ourselves, we have to think about who we are as a person. What is our character? What are our traits? For me, it's staying positive, as well as having a goal, having that drive to keep going and accomplish the goals that I've set for myself in my life. I think that is heavily important because we live in a time where we want other people want us to conform to what they want us to be labeled as. And that isn't the case. We shouldn't really follow the rules or mindset of what other people view us as. We should stay to ourselves and continue being the person that we have always been. I get it, sometimes we have to change our character because of certain things that happen in our lives, but that shouldn't push us away from who we were to what society wants us to be. This is, I think, my fifth important fact would have to be being honest. And that right there speaks volumes. If you're honest, people are going to keep talking to you. People are going to trust you. And that is also an application into the classroom. Having an honest personality, students are going to come up to you. They're going to trust you with their lives and being in the classroom with them. I think that is such a detrimental piece that a lot of people are missing. There's a lot of dishonest people out there, and we need a little bit more honesty in our world. One of the big ones that I feel like is it's a huge thing, and it doesn't just necessarily apply to being a 21st century citizen or teacher. I think it applied to those who came before us, and that is adaptation. Our world is ever changing, and along with that comes new things that some people have to conform to. As we once saw during the COVID-19 era, a lot of teachers had to, a lot of in-school teachers had to apply themselves to using technology. And it was a tough transition, but now we see a lot of those teachers that had a hard time doing it becoming professionals and using technology. And it doesn't have to necessarily be an adaptation to technology, it can be to different things. It's important to have that versatility because of the fact that everything's changing on a daily basis. As we speak, there are things that are changing. So it's important to be versatile. It's important to adapt and learn about those new things to continue being in the loop with our society. Another one would be, and I think this is like a personal question for myself. I want to be someone who's a motivator. I want to motivate students to have their goals set, to continue coming to school and learning, to want to keep learning new things. That's what I think. Being a mentor, being an influencer to them. I want to be someone who they can look up to and come in and ask me a question of, hey, what should I do to get to this point in my life? That's what I want. I feel like if we can be a motivator to not only students in the classroom, we can motivate others outside of it to continue to drive and to continue being successful in their life. I think that is one of the detrimental pieces in our lives, along with all the other list of important things to be a 21st century citizen. But I know there's a bunch more things that I'm missing out, but I felt like those contributing factors that I have talked about in this video are such important pieces in our life. And I think if we can follow each and every one of those, I think we're off onto the right track. So that about does it for this video. I hope I answered all those questions. And hope you enjoyed the background. I'm still learning the whole YouTube thing. Maybe the next time I'll have a green screen. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. It's an adapt or die situation. But I do look forward to answering more questions through the YouTube thing, as it's going to help me out with using more technology-based programs. So that about does it. Have a great day, and I look forward to answering more questions.